Hello students, in this video let us try to understand the armature reaction concept in our synchronous generator. Okay, so you know that, I think you know that. What is armature reaction? Armature reaction. So reaction of armature thing. I hope you understand. Okay, something in armature is reacting, that is armature reaction. So the definition is effect of armature flux on main field flux is called armature reaction. So what is the effect? It is effect of armature flux on the main field flux. So we have two fluxes here. One is armature flux, another is main field flux. So we know about main field flux, that is produced once we supply with DC supply to our rotor in our synchronous generator. Then what is armature flux? So we know that so far we have observed that our stator will be induced with some EMF E. So once the stator is connected to load, okay, there will be a flow of current. Okay, so due to this current, can I get the flux by using right hand thumb rule? I can get the flux in this direction. That means due to the current flow in the stator winding, that is armature winding, there is a flux called armature flux. Okay, so let us observe here. So this is about armature flux. This is armature flux, and that is main field flux. That means from north pole to south pole, the flux is main field flux. Okay, and flux due to current in the armature is armature flux. This is main field flux, okay, and the flux due to current in the armature is armature flux. Now let us understand what is the effect of this armature flux on this main field flux. Okay, that is nothing but armature reaction. Okay, and the only difference between armature reaction of DC generator and AC generator is here the armature current is flowing in the armature when a load is connected. Okay, so here the armature reaction is a dependent quantity of load power factor. That means our armature reaction in our AC generator is a dependent quantity of load power factor. If load power factor changes, the effect of armature flux on main field flux will changes. So this is important. Okay, with respect to load power factor, the effect of armature flux will be changed on main field flux. Okay, let us see how armature reaction is happening. Okay, so let us consider this is a two pole synchronous generator having a salad poles. Okay, so I am going to excite the rotor with DC supply, so I will get a magnetic field. Okay, due to that rotor. Okay, so this is my main field flux. Okay, so due to the interaction between this main field flux and the conductors in the stator, there will be a production of EMF in this conductors. So this is my A phase, A dash, and B phase will be after 120 degrees spatial, so that will be B dash, and C phase will be after 120 degrees from B phase, that will be C dash. Okay, this is starting and this is ending, returning coils. Okay, we will be having two terminals, right, for any phase. If it is A phase, this is incoming coil, this is outgoing terminal. Okay, this is incoming terminal, this will be outgoing terminal. This is A dash. Okay, that is the indication. Okay, so now let us see what is happening here. Due to the interaction between main field flux and the conductors, there will be a induced EMF induces in this stationary conductors. So far we have observed that. So for a north pole, the direction of current will be going into the plane. This will be the direction under the influence of north pole, and under the influence of south pole, the current will be away from the plane. Okay, that means current coming away from the plane and current going into the plane. Okay, for north pole it is current going into the plane, and for south pole it is current going out of the plane. Okay, so far we have obtained magnetic field, that is main magnetic field due to the DC supply on the rotor, and that magnetic field has been cut by stator conductors, and EMF will be induced in the stator conductors. Now I have current in the stator conductors. So far I have tell you that due to the current flow in a conductor, there will be a magnetic flux around that conductor. Okay, as we will be having huge amount of armature conductors in the practical synchronous generator, so the magnetic field will be considerable. Okay, that means here you can see. So this is my A phase and A dash. So let us consider the current is going inward. That means current going inward. Okay, and coming out of this. Okay, this is the coil. I think I can say this is the coil. This is A, this is A dash. Okay, this is a coil. So current will go like this and come like this, go like this, come like this, go like this, come like this, and we will be having two terminals. Okay, this is A, this is terminal 1, terminal 2. Okay, I hope you understand. I hope you are getting the point. This is A, this is B, this is A dash. Okay, so now current is going into the plane, means this is the direction of current, and current coming out of the plane means this is the direction of current. Okay, due to this direction of current, you can see the current is coming and going like this. Okay, due to this, can I apply right hand thumb rule? Okay, so I place the curly fingers in the direction of current, and the direction of thumb will indicate the direction of flux. Okay, so the direction of flux in this case is this side. but the main field direction is this one. This is my main field direction pi m, and this is my flux due to armature. Okay, so what is the effect here? Our main field is trying to flow in this direction, but our armature flux is flowing in this direction. Okay, so can you say the effect? Okay, they are 90 degrees away from each other. So obviously this armature flux will distract our main field flux. Okay, our main field flux is inducing useful flux that cuts with the conductors, that will induce EMF. Okay, if the main field flux is reduced, the flux linkage with stationary conductors will reduce, the EMF will be reduced. Okay, we don't want this armature flux to affect this main flux, but it is happening in the armature conductors. So let us observe the behavior of this armature flux with respect to our load power factor. So for unity power factor, what is the effect of armature flux on main field flux, and for lagging what is the effect, and for leading what is the effect? Okay, let us see. So initially the armature flux is in this direction, and our main field flux is in this direction, and armature flux is in this direction. That means they are 90 degrees away from each other. That means our armature flux is lagging behind main field flux by 90 degrees. Okay, so this was the condition. So for unity power factor means voltage and currents are in phase. Okay, that means EMF generated and load current are in phase. Okay, so let me consider north pole and south pole. North pole and south pole, and the flux due to these poles will be like this, sinusoidal. Okay, under north pole it is positive peak, under south pole it is negative peak. Okay, now let us try to, this is my main field flux. Okay, now let us try to draw the flux waveform for our armature flux. Okay, as it is 90 degrees away, so can I write like this? Okay, this is 90 degrees away. Okay, so this is our armature flux. Okay, okay, after 90 degrees, initially the main field flux is maximum, so after 90 degrees the armature flux will be maximum. So after 90 degrees the armature flux will be 0, and after 90 degrees it will be again maximum. Okay, I hope you understand. This is due to flux due to main field flux, this is flux due to armature flux. Okay, and they are not in phase, they are lagging by some angle. So in this case it is 90 degrees angle. Okay, the angle between two waveforms is 90 degree angle. Okay, this is for unity power factor. Now let us try to understand what is the effect of our armature flux on main field flux for a lagging power factor, zero lagging power factor. So this is, can I say this is a cross magnetizing effect? For unity power factor, the effect of armature reaction is cross magnetizing effect. Okay, the main field flux is in the upward direction, but our armature flux is 90 degrees away from our main field flux. This is cross magnetizing effect. Okay, so the type of magnetizing effect for a unity power factor of load is a cross magnetizing effect. So this is important. The effect of armature reaction in a generator for a unity power factor load is a cross magnetizing effect. This is important. Okay, now let us see for a zero lagging power factor what is happening. So let us see what is happening for a zero lagging power factor. Initially the main field flux is in this direction and our armature flux is in this direction for unity power factor. So for a zero lagging means pi is almost 90 degrees, cos 0 is 90, right? Cos 0 is 90, zero power factor lagging, that means 90 degrees lagging. Okay, so our armature flux, this pi here, right? So our armature flux will now shift to 90 degrees lagging, that will become like this. So this is our new armature flux with respect to zero power factor lagging. So you can see this, the net resultant flux will be pi m minus pi a. That means the armature flux is demagnetizing our main field flux for zero power factor lagging. That means the waveform will be like this. The armature flux is reducing our main field flux. If it is north pole, if it is south pole, the main field flux will be like this, but the armature flux is 180 degrees away. That means this will be the armature flux. Okay, that means our main field flux is trying to go in positive direction, but our armature flux is dragging it in negative direction. That means it is demagnetizing the amount of main flux. That means the effect of armature reaction for zero power factor lagging is demagnetizing effect. For unity power factor it was cross magnetizing. For zero power factor lagging it is demagnetizing effect. As our main flex is trying to improve, our armature flex is dragging it backward. That means it is trying to reduce the magnetic flex. That is, it is demagnetizing. Okay. Now let us try to understand for zero power factor leading. So let us try to understand zero power factor leading. That means 90 degrees leading here. Okay. Zero power factor leading means cos 90 only, but here the angle is leading, 90 degree leading angle. Okay. So our main field flex is in this direction and armature flex was in this direction. So for 90 degrees leading, the armature flex will be shifted right side. This will be our new armature reaction position for zero leading power factor. So the net will be sum of pi net will be sum of our armature flex and our main field flex. That means here the armature flex is added to our main field flex. Our main field flex, that means here it is magnetizing effect. The effect of armature reaction for zero power factor leading is magnetizing effect. That means it is trying to increase the main field flex, net flex. Okay, it is magnetizing. For armature reaction for zero power factor lagging, it was demagnetizing. It is trying to reduce the net flex. Okay. For armature reaction effect for unity power factor, it was cross magnetizing effect. Cross magnetizing effect. Okay, these are important. For intermediate, let us consider for intermediate power factor, let us consider it is a zero power factor 0.7 lagging. The magnetizing effect will be, the armature effect will be cross magnetizing as well as demagnetizing. For 0.7 leading, it will be cross magnetizing and magnetizing. Okay, for leading it is magnetizing and cross magnetizing. For 0.7 lagging it is cross magnetizing and demagnetizing. Okay, here this is important. Okay, for lagging it is demagnetizing, for leading it is magnetizing. For synchronous motor it will be opposite. Okay, I hope you understand. For leading it is magnetizing and cross magnetizing, 0.7 intermediate power factor. So for 0.7 leading, the effect of armature reaction is cross magnetizing and magnetizing, and for 0.7 lagging, the effect of armature reaction on main field flex is cross magnetizing as well as demagnetizing. So this is about armature reaction. Okay, so there will be a loss due to armature reaction. So in order to represent that loss, in order to represent the loss due to armature reaction, there will be a reduction in the main field flex, right? So due to that main field flex reduction, the net EMF produced and the stator circuit will also be reduced. That means there is a loss of voltage due to armature reaction. So to indicate that loss due to armature reaction, there is a fictitious reactance placed in the stator circuit, that is called XA. This is armature reaction reactance. Okay, so we have a stator winding like this. So this is equivalently modeled as a resistor practically and a inductor. Okay, we know that a inductor can be, practical inductor can be modeled as a resistor in series with inductor, because the coil has some resistance and its inductance property of the coil is represented as L. Okay, this is equivalent to this coil. Okay, so this is our stator resistance and this is stator leakage reactance. Okay, let us consider it as armature resistance and leakage reactance. So in addition to these two parameters in stator, we are going to add our armature reactance, which is a fictitious reaction. It is imaginary reactance. Okay, there will be a loss due to this reactor. That's why we are going to add in the stator circuit. So the net impedance will be equal to RA plus J into XL plus XA. Okay, the sum of XL plus XA is called as synchronous reactance, that is XS, and here this is synchronous impedance ZS. So Z was initially it was R plus ZXL only, but by adding XL it will become synchronous impedance. This is synchronous reactance. Okay, so due to the synchronous reactance, what will be the terminal voltage? V will become EMF induced in the coil minus armature drop due to armature resistance and drop due to leakage reactance minus drop due to our armature reactance. Okay, so that will be equal to E minus I into RA plus J into XL plus XA. Okay, this is the terminal voltage expression for our generator. Okay, terminal voltage will be equal to E EMF induced minus stator losses, that is due to resistance and leakage reactance. In addition to them, we are going to add loss due to armature reaction. Okay, so I am going to draw the phasor diagram for stator. That will become, okay, so let us consider E equal to V plus I RA plus J into XL plus J into XA. Okay, so I have to take, let us consider it is V. Okay, So for unity power factor of the load, the terminal voltage and currents will be in phase. Let us consider this is I. Okay, so loss due to resistance will be in phase with the voltage IRA, and loss due to inductance will be 90 degrees away, that is IXL, okay, and drop due to armature reaction. So the sum of these, all these vectors will become our induced EMF in the stator circuit. Okay, this is no load induced EMF or induced EMF, but this is also induced EMF before armature reaction. So until this is before armature reaction component. Okay, after adding the armature reaction component, the whole overall EMF induced will be like this. Okay, I hope you understand. This is terminal voltage VT, terminal voltage, and the current is in phase because the load is unity power factor. So IARA drop will be in phase with the terminal voltage, and IAXL will be 90 degrees away from this IARA drop, that will be like this, and JXA is armature reaction component. Okay, by adding all this you will get our power factor. Okay, this is nothing but Z, okay, our impedance before adding armature reaction, and this is called synchronous impedance by adding your armature reactance. Okay, this is for unity power factor. For lagging power factor, the current will be lagging, this will be lagging. Okay, this is our new current, so the current will be like this. For lagging power factor, as current is reduced, the drop due to IARA is also in the same in phase with the current, and IAXL will be 190 degrees away from IARA, and the IAXA will be in series with XL. Okay, now the EMF induced will be sum of these two. This is E naught. Okay, this will be E, this will be Z, this will be ZS. So Z is nothing but RA plus JXL only. Z is equal to RA plus J into XL plus our armature reactance. Okay, this is XS, synchronous reactance, and this is ZS, that is synchronous impedance. Okay, so for leading it will be, current will be leading, and the direction of drop due to current will also be leading. Okay, let me complete it. So for leading power factor, load, the V will be like this reference. Okay, leading power factor, current will lead the voltage, and IARA drop will be in phase with the current direction, that is IARA, and IAXL will be 90 degrees away from IARA, and IAXA will be in phase with IAXL. So the sum of these all vectors will be E naught. Okay, this will become E, this will be Z, IARA plus XL, this will be ZS. Okay, so this is about unity power factor, leading power factor of load. So these are phasor diagrams. So far we have covered with working principle, armature reaction, and our phasor diagrams and synchronous impedance. So I hope you understand. Synchronous impedance is sum of leakage reactance and armature reactance and resistance, and armature reactance is leakage reactance in addition with armature reactance. So this is about armature reaction. Okay, in the next class we will be discussing equivalent circuit of our synchronous generator.